So 50, Diddy made you feel like a Breakfast Club when he asked, can he take you shopping, and now you drop a documentary about the man? Stop it. 50 Cent's level of pettiness is absolutely out of this world. If there is a picture of petty in a dictionary, I guarantee you that there will be an image of 50 Cent. When I tell y'all that pettiness is that man's superpower, nothing more and nothing less, absolutely crazy. Now, we all heard him talking about the documentary, but I promise you I didn't think absolutely going to drop it, okay? Now, let me just say this. It's giving bitter baby daddy. I don't know if you're mad about the baby mama situation. I don't know if you're mad about the shopping situation, but pissed off because you actually dropping this documentary. Let me also just say this. Hopefully, the money that you make off this documentary, because I feel like this month, hopefully you send it to the victims. That's just my 2 cents. That's just my opinion. And whoever was in Diddy's circle and allowed this footage to get out and allow it to get in 50 Cent's hand of all hands, you absolutely need your, because ain't no way you allow his op to get control of the footage. His op, come on now.
50 Cent is at it again. And we know that 50 Cent, he's fighting for the throne. He wants to be accepted by the dominant society. He wants to take P. Diddy's place. We all witnessing the fall of P. Diddy. And I'm no fan or the biggest fan of P. Diddy, because I think that he's a piece of crap, and he's been a piece of crap for a long time. And he's getting what's been coming to him for some time. But when it comes to the dominant society and the things that they do, they get away with a lot of things. And they control the media. They control the narrative. They control the purse strings. So you have people that groom Diddy to be who he was. That's 1,000 times worse than Diddy. And they'll never be in trouble. They'll never be in the tabloids. They'll never be mentioned. We know who Diddy's mentors was and brought him along and all the accusations that they got against him. But it's in the media because they are part of the power structure, right? So Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent, is bringing out a Netflix series where he's further putting the nail in the coffin of Diddy. Now, the court case is over, but now he's dealing with the public perception of Diddy, because he knew that when Diddy get out, Diddy is still reign supreme amongst the black culture. People still going to, support Diddy in a lot of different ways, a lot of his endeavors. So because he wants to take charge of movies, music, everything, they've green-lighted him. Now, we know that Diddy was pounding his baby mom, was the girl Daphne. So there's been a lot of personal things. He felt some type of way years ago when Diddy wanted to take him shopping. Like, 50 has been coming at people in the industry for a long time, vying for the top spot. And all these guys is willing to sell their soul for it. But this move right here, where you got Curtis Jackson, Diddy was in trouble. When Diddy was in trouble, his PR team said you should go down to Harlem and go out and ingratiate yourself with the people. You from the block, go back to the block, holler at the people, do all these things. They got this stuff on video. When he's finished and he gets back in the car, there's the video of Diddy saying, hey, I need some hand sanitizer. I got to wash my hands. I done shook all those people's hands. And now who got that video footage and how they got it without Diddy's team permission to put it in the Netflix series? You already know that this, you know what, in the game. Why would 50 Cent be taking a part in that? Only taking a part in that because he wants the top spot. And it's only a matter of time before they get him the same way they did everybody else, right? But let's look at what they're reporting with this Netflix series.
Footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September, which is part of a new highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans. As well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in his
car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. It shows you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester. Like maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, you know, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, you know, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
Wow, that was some finish right there. Thank you, Robin, for that. Sean Combs' The Wrecking will be streaming worldwide on Netflix tomorrow.
This Netflix documentary that's about to drop about Diddy, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call this man. Like, he's already been publicly shamed. Like, everything that played out in the courts, we heard what type of freaky frog he is. But I think when this documentary drops, the public perception, whatever it already is going to be extremely worse. Just based on some of the footage and the fact that he recorded himself prior to getting arrested and exposed himself for who he really is. Like, and again, this is why you can't really worship celebrities. You can't, believe what you see on TV and in the videos. People are still human beings at the end of the day, and some human beings are very, very flawed. We all have our flaws, but some much more than others, right? And there's a scene in the documentary where he's out there, mixing and mingling with the people, chopping it up, giving hugs, handshakes, and all that. And you think, oh man, Diddy, he's a man of the people. But then he gets inside of his vehicle and makes some comments that completely erases every single positive interaction that he had.
Now, in my opinion, 50 Cent is definitely working for them boys. And he's upset. He's upset because Diddy was banging his baby mom, right? And she was out there allegedly all mixed up in the court case. Now, mind you, this is the same woman that was saying that 50 Cent was physically abusing her and he wasn't there for his children. So they have, it's personal when it comes to 50 Cent. He don't care nothing about Cassie and what happened with Cassie and a lot of things that was uncovered in that case that Cassie was complicit with as well. And like I said, I'm no fan of Diddy. I'm no fan of none of these people in the industry because they all sell their soul for trinkets, man. They all willing to, because today is Diddy, tomorrow is going to be 50 Cent. But 50 Cent, in doing this Netflix series, a lot of people have been commenting on this. And one of the girls is Lauren LaRosa from the Breakfast Club. And, she posted, here's what's alleged. We have confirmed that Netflix used footage that was never authorized for release, including private moments, private indictment material from an unfinished project and conversations involving legal strategy that was intended and that was intended not for public viewing. The footage was created for an entirely different purpose, under an arrangement that was never completed, and no rights were given. No rights were ever transferred to Netflix. A payment dispute between outside parties does not create permission for Netflix to use unlicensed private material. None of this footage came from Mr. Combs or his team. And its inclusion raises serious questions about how it was obtained and why Netflix chose to use it. We know how it was obtained and why Netflix is choosing to use it, because it's coming from higher places, right? Because their thing now is they're seeking out to totally wipe out and destroy his credibility amongst the last remaining fans that he has. This is being done on purpose, and they're using Diddy as their huckleberry. In response to the Diddy documentary on Netflix, Diddy's team is also alleging that Netflix is only highlighting the core issues by giving creative control of this production to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Diddy's team continues with their allegations. 50 Cent is a longtime public adversary who has mocked Mr. Combs for decades, posted fabricated accusations, and publicly celebrated his legal challenges. Even Mr. Jackson has admitted he has shocked. He was shocked Sean ever filmed some of these moments, with underscores that the footage is being exploited for entertainment rather than presented with fairness or context. Man, this thing is crazy, right? Diddy also alleges that the Netflix recent pattern of prioritizing sensational content over accuracy, as seen in their decisions to rely on discredited fabricated journals in a separate documentary. The use of unauthorized footage here reflects reckless disregard, not journalism. Diddy's publicist says their legal team is formally notifying Netflix and says they expect the company to address these issues immediately. So you know that there's going to be a lawsuit. There's going to be a lawsuit coming. So lastly, I also asked, how will this footage, never seen before, affects Diddy's appeal? Keep in mind, Diddy's team hasn't fully seen the doc either. Only the footage. Good Morning America revealed this morning. In response to Diddy's team says it can affect his appeal legally. So there's a lot going on. It can affect his appeal legally, but judges are human, and maybe they get some emotional spirit out of this and render a decision based on some of that. Beyond the legal concerns, Mr. Combs views Netflix's decision as a personal breach of trust. He has long respected Ted Sandro's, admired the legacy of Clarence Avant, and maintained a positive personal relationship with the company's leadership. Well, they ain't rocking with you. They turned against you, and they coming out, they coming for you. But there's other people that was also speaking out against this. So in my opinion, 50 Cent is a sucker for this. I ain't rocking with that at all. Right? This ain't a stain on hip hop. What the situation is clearly personal. It's clearly personal. And at some point, when does Diddy team sue? Like, how did Netflix even get their hands on this stuff that's private, that was never authorized by Diddy, right? His likeness is in the video. The video was the emphasis on the video was about him, right? He never signed off on nothing with Netflix for them to even put this out. So how is this series even coming out? Why can't the lawyers put in a stop, right? A cease and desist, a stop. Y'all don't have the authorization or the right to put this out unless it's coming from somewhere very powerful, right? Somewhere on high where they're above the law. They can go and just do what they want to do, right? So this is what I'm saying. When it came to Cassie, that when we saw Cassie getting assaulted, that was an old video from the past that everybody knew about it. Nobody said anything. All these so-called powerful people that were still doing business with Diddy, signing contracts, they didn't care nothing about no Cassie. They didn't care. They knew about that kind of stuff. You know why? I'm not going to invest $100 million in you if I don't do a thorough background check to make sure that my money is secure. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. These people that's coming after him now knew everything about this man that they using now to make y'all dislike him. They knew everything about him. They still saw fit to invest in him. Right? They telling you not to like him, but they still liked him until they didn't want to like him no more. It's manipulation, social engineering, and control, man. So she went and got a big bag and walked away. Right? Then in the trial, when all this stuff come out, we see that she was complicit in a whole bunch of stuff. Right? So they was just piling on charges to get this guy. So now he gets convicted. He's in prison, and here come 50 Cent because he's mad because he was just totally destroying Daphne's cheeks and the Diddy way, doing all kinds of Diddy stuff to Daphne, and she was down with it, going back and forth getting that check. 50 Cent feels some type of way because he was embarrassed in the public. So now here he comes. It's all a joke, man. It's all a joke. I ain't rocking with 50 Cent. Rue sent the post where he called him a rat. You a rat, always been, always will be a used car salesman, suit wearing, field goal nose having, Herman Monster head, blank, right? So he was even coming at him because to me it's foul. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.